So as we head toward the next graphic here, we have that winter storm warning and winter weather advisories that are in effect right now. The winter weather advisory is in effect because our areas to the south near that Highway 34 corridor, those are areas that are going to be impacted by maybe a little bit of a wintry mix, and we are going to be dealing with maybe some lower snowfall amounts. Hopefully the sound is working now. Looks like we're good now, so thanks for sticking with us here. I'm talking about the latest winter storm. As I mentioned, we have winter storm warnings in effect for the entire viewing area from 9 p.m. tonight through noon on Saturday for that moderate to heavy snow, as well as gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. That could create blizzard conditions. So this is going to be more of an impactful event after the snow falls than that last event. So regardless if you're in the winter weather advisory in purple or the winter storm warning in pink, you're still going to see the same impacts, which we'll get to here in just a moment. So, of course, what you all are wondering about, obviously, is how much snow you're going to expect. We'll get to that, but let's go ahead and do the timing of it right now with our exact track computer model. So we have had a few peaks of sunshine, but notice that wind. More importantly, that wind is nice and calm right now. That's all going to change here later tonight. Notice between about 10 o'clock p.m. and 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when we are going to start to see some snow move into the area. And once the snow gets started, it is going to come down very heavy at times. So here we are at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I want you to note that this is going to be yet another long duration event. I know a lot of people were saying last time when they woke up, they were saying this is a dud. There's not that much snow on the ground. It's a long duration event. So some of us might wake up to nothing falling from the sky here tomorrow morning, but we should wake up to 2 to maybe 4 inches of snow on the ground, especially the farther west you live. But I want you to notice around Kewanee, Princeton, Galesburg, Burlington, Keokuk, Macomb, temperatures might actually be warm enough, not only on the surface, but a few thousand feet above us, where we get temperatures greater than 32 degrees. So that could lead to a brief period where we see maybe a chilly rain or maybe a mixture of some rain, freezing rain, and snow. So that's why some areas have that winter weather advisory to the south, because we are expecting slightly warmer temperatures that could give us a few hours of that wintry mixed transition, which would really cut down on those totals. But notice how close that rain snow line is to the Mississippi River. So any fluctuation of this shifting to the northwest by 20 or 30 miles could mean the difference between a few inches of snow, and likewise if it moved a little farther to the south and east. So we're keeping a very close eye on that rain snow line. I think this model is depicting a pretty good idea of where it's going to happen, just because of the fact that this storm system is going to track near a gradient where we have no snow on the ground versus more snow on the ground, which is a little farther south as opposed to farther north and west. So that's my thinking right now. Here we are at lunchtime. Most of us seeing that moderate to heavy snow, but notice those wind gusts in the lower left. 32 miles per hour here at 12 o'clock. Notice as we step into the next few hours, we'll have those consistent wind gusts between 30 and 35 miles per hour. By 3 o'clock, all of us are going to be in that heavy snow band, so we could be talking about 1.5 inch per hour snowfall rate, which is going to allow that snow to pile up, especially later in the afternoon and evening when we get colder air to move in. So temperatures will go from the 30s in the morning to the 20s in the afternoon, and eventually the teens overnight. And that's going to lead to a lighter consistency of the snow, which means it's going to be very easy for that snow to blow around once it's on the ground. So we're going to continue to watch that here very closely as we head through the overnight hours here on Friday. So heading into the morning hours on Saturday, the snow is going to wind down, but notice those wind gusts. They'll still be between 30 and 40 miles per hour. So we are going to be talking about the potential for some blowing snow to continue into Saturday. So this is going to be very hazardous even after that snowfall does come to an end. And obviously after that is when we will see the very cold temperatures that are going to move in. So here's a look at the snowfall forecast here as we head throughout the event. And you'll notice that we've got widespread 8 to 12 inches, basically from the Quad Cities and points off to the north and northwest. I don't think everyone's going to see a foot. I think if we put two solid numbers on this forecast, it'd be a 5 to 10 inch snowfall. The lower amounts are going to be farther south and east, the higher amounts farther north and northwest. So once again, it does look like near the Quad Cities, points to the northwest, will be the area that does get the highest amount of snow. So we're going to continue to watch that here as we head throughout this event and see if we have any fluctuations in that shift. But in the meantime, while you're kind of looking at this map, I'm going to go through some of the Facebook Live comments here. I don't know if they're updating here on this computer, so I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up on my other computer here So again, this is going to be another long duration, high impact event where we do have that potential for several inches of snow. Some people could get close to a foot of snow. So we're going to continue to monitor that for you, as well as the potential for those very gusty winds leading to the potential of some blowing and drifting snow. So Nasser is asking, when will the snow start? So I think I have that on the next map here. Nope, that's not it. But I do have a nice little map here that is going to show where we do have the start time, which it's not in there. I must have put it. I must have put it on hidden, but the snow is going to start between about 9 o'clock p.m. and 1 o'clock a.m. here tonight. So it's going to continue to get underway as we head into the morning. Janice is asking what time the snow is going to start in the Quad Cities Metro. That's going to start as we head into the midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning time frame, and then continue through probably 6 or 7. We might get a lull in the Quad Cities around that morning commute, so around the time you wake up, but don't let your guard down. It won't be over yet. The worst will be yet to come after that. The timing is very similar to the last snow event here, Tuesday into Wednesday, where we did kind of get that break. Or was it Monday into Tuesday? Monday into Tuesday. I'm getting my days mixed up here. But the last snowstorm is very similar to that one, where we kind of see like a lull in the morning, and then it really picks up in duration, or picks up in intensity, I should say. So this is one where we could see those whiteout conditions come to fruition. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see some blizzard warnings issued by this time tomorrow evening. We just kind of have to see how things play out as far as how much snow we get, which, by the way, it doesn't matter how much snow you get, how much snow you see on this map. It's the impacts that are all going to remain the same. Dangerous travel. We're talking low visibility. We're talking blowing snow, drifting snow potentially here, especially as we head later Friday afternoon and evening and into the overnight, when we could have those peak wind gusts up to around 40 to 50 miles per hour. So looks like Aaron and Michelle are asking about schools being canceled in rural areas. Here's a look at the closings list right now on our website, KWQC.com. We also have those running at the bottom of your screen on TV6 itself, on Channel 6. We don't have many schools that have made their decision yet. Obviously, this storm is still quite a ways away, but I'm sure as we progress through the evening and heading into the overnight, this list, which is very small, relatively speaking, it's going to continue to grow. So as these school districts, these churches, these organizations, as they put the closings into our system, these will appear on our website. So you can find that at the top of the homepage at kwqc.com. There's also some snow route alerts in effect. These are basically snow emergencies where you can't really park on city streets. So Illinois has a few cities that have already issued those snow route alerts. We've got some coming in from Iowa as well. This list will continue to be updated here as we head through the overnight and into tomorrow as well. So we have lots of different ways you can stay updated. We also have our First Alert Weather Day article that is up and going. That's where you can get some details on the forecast that I'm talking to you all about right now. Also at the top of the page, right now I think it has this video, but it will also have the potential of, or it will have the video forecast, the latest video forecast, which is going over some of the same information. So let's go back to Facebook and see if there's any more comments. Looks like when will it end? So the snow is going to end probably between, I would say, midnight and 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning here as we head Friday night into Saturday. So again, this is going to be a long duration event. It starts tonight, probably around midnight in the Metro Quad Cities, give or take a couple of hours farther to the south. And then this long duration event will come to an end here late Friday night into very early Saturday morning. So that was a question from Julie. We have another question from another Kyle here. He's asking, will road conditions still be dangerous Saturday afternoon from the QC to Milwaukee? I would say yes, due to the fact that we're still going to have those strong winds, and it's going to take those DOT and the city crews, it's going to take them some time to really catch up with those roads, especially with that wind going. You know, the snow could come to an end, they clear a road, and then the 40+ mile per hour wind gusts could blow snow right back over the road, and that could lead to the hazardous travel conditions. So I would definitely check our website. If you go to the weather page at kwqc.com, we have a link to some road conditions. Those are going to keep you updated. Beth is asking about how much snow for Sterling. I'll pull that snowfall map up for you once again. Yeah, you can see where that stands. So Sterling will likely be in that, I would say, 6 to 8 inch range, maybe up to 10 inches. Again, area wide, we're looking at 5 to 10 inches from basically southeast to northwest. Some of our high resolution guidance is coming in with some heavier snow bands with a foot or more of snow. So that's going to be something that'll kind of be a game time decision on if we want to up those totals based on the data that we see here coming in this evening. Let's see. So James, you see on the map where Clinton is going to get between that 8 to 12 inch range. Again, I don't think most areas are going to see 12 inches. That's just kind of how our ranges are set up. I think 5 to 10 inches here area wide. Steve is asking when it's going to start in Muscatine, probably between midnight and 2 a.m. Heading tonight into tomorrow morning. Tony is asking, how will Friday be in Davenport in the morning? Roads are going to be slick, so by tomorrow morning, we are going to be talking about anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow that will already be accumulated on the ground. In fact, I'm going to take you to that morning commute here on Exact Track. Again, those winds are going to start picking up right as the snow starts to fall, so we could have gusts early tomorrow morning between 30 and 35 miles per hour. There's how radar could look at 8 a.m. I think we'll see a little more snow filled in toward the Quad Cities up towards Savannah than what this particular model shows, but it does give you the idea that rain snow line is going to set up just east of the Mississippi River, it looks like. We'll put it from a line from Princeton to Kewaunee, Galesburg, Burlington, and Keokuk, points to the southeast where we could have that wintry mix. So the commute will be very slick tomorrow. I'm giving it kind of a yellow light, as we will start to see the snow cause some issues, but definitely going to have the most impactful issues the later you go into the morning commute, especially here into the afternoon, as you can see that heavy snow take over pretty much the entire viewing area. So we are going to continue to watch that. So Lindsay's asking if we're going to get sleet in Roseville. That is a possibility. I think it'll be more of a freezing rain snow mix, but there certainly could be some sleet pellets as we get just a touch of warm air in there. So you kind of see Roseville, the Monmouth Roseville area is kind of in that mix to rain category here on Exact Track. So we are going to be watching that area for maybe a little more wintry mix. Ruth is asking if the wind is going to be taking out power, as is Rosemary. Very, very scary. Rosemary brings up a good point. Very scary with the single-digit temps coming our way here this weekend. There is a possibility of some power outages with that wind blowing, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. We have to keep in mind some of the trees still have that weighted snow on from the last winter storm that moved through. So, yeah, we're gonna continue to watch the potential of that. Some of you are just joining in, asking about the start time in Davenport. That'll be between about midnight and 1 a.m. And by the way, once this Facebook Live comes to an end, you'll be able to watch this back on our Facebook page, and we'll put it up on our website and our YouTube channel and all that good stuff. It'll be anywhere you search. So let's go ahead and go through the snowfall totals once again. I'll leave this up for a minute or two, and then we'll kind of talk about the cold weather that is to follow. So again, you can get all of this information on our website, news app, and weather app. We will keep those updated here throughout tonight and heading into tomorrow. There's a look at the travel forecast. Again, I'm giving it the yellow light tomorrow just because we're not going to have as much snow on the ground. So the snow's not going to be as heavy overnight, but still by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, we could have 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground. And then as we head toward the afternoon and evening commutes and even into Saturday morning, we're going to be dealing with near blizzard conditions. So travel is going to be very impactful here, very dangerous here as we head into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So just be aware that tomorrow's travel is going to get worse through the day. Again, I don't want anyone thinking that we're going to be talking about 10 inches of snow as you wake up tomorrow. This is another one of those very long duration events, so it's going to take some time for that snow to accumulate, but just know that it's going to get pretty bad around here as we head into tomorrow. So speaking of tomorrow, we'll have wind chills that fall into the teens during the afternoon. So as that cold air wraps in, that's when we're going to be talking about that potential of blowing snow. But notice here, as we head toward the overnight hours, we get those wind chills below zero, anywhere from 0 to 15 below, and it just gets worse from there through the day on Saturday. We're talking 10 to 20 below in the afternoon. and 20 to 30, maybe even 35 degrees below zero as we head into Sunday morning. So we could be talking about frostbite settling in within as little as 5 to 10 minutes. So you'll want to limit your time outside, maybe get that shoveling done. The earlier, the better you can, or the snow blowing. The earlier, the better, because this is not weather that you want to be outside in. And if you do have to go outside, just make sure you keep all your extremities covered up, hats, gloves, scarves, any little inch of your body that you can keep covered, that'll be best. And if you go on our website, we've got stories on safety, how to keep your pipe safe during this really cold weather that is expected to take over here, not only Saturday and Sunday, but into Monday and Tuesday as well, where we could see those wind chills that are 20 to 30 degrees below zero. So moving forward here to the 7-day forecast, someone was asking about, is there more to come? Yeah, James is asking, is there more to come after this wave? No, we're just dealing with the cold. So luckily, as we head into MLK Day, temperatures will barely get above zero. We'll finally get to near 20 by Wednesday, but it does look like the long range pattern has seasonable, if not below average temperatures, but I'm not seeing any major systems after this one, at least over the next couple of weeks. So that is going to be something that we continue to watch. Shantae, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's asking about Galesburg in the morning. Galesburg is going to be one of those interesting areas where we could be talking about the potential of a little bit of a wintry mix, or maybe a complete transition over to a cold rain with temperatures hovering around 33 or 34 degrees. So that area might end up with a little less snow, but you're still going to get in on the heavy snow as the morning progresses and that colder air does move in. So looks like that's kind of winding down with the comments. So thanks for joining us here for this update. I've been on for about 20 minutes or so. So hopefully I cleared some things up for you. Eric is back in the Weather Center going over the latest, and we'll have updates coming up at 4, 5, and 6. And of course, we'll keep you covered all day tomorrow right here on TV6.